12th dynasty, who built one of the most magnificent tombs in all of Egypt, a huge underground tomb in which he was probably buried. And we're excavating this tomb to recover evidence on the nature of the burial of this king. This place is a great laboratory for studying ancient Egypt. At this particular site, we have a royal tomb, we have a temple, we have cemeteries of local people, we also have a town. So many aspects of ancient Egypt are reflected in the remains here. Most of my work has been here at Abydos. I've worked at a number of other sites in Egypt, Saqqara being the main one. My true love is for Abydos, however, the reason being this is one of the greatest ancient centers of ancient Egyptian civilization, but in many ways one of the least explored. Despite there being more than 100 years of work here, everywhere we look we're discovering new things. And so, there are many centuries, in fact, of future excavation here, I think.
But excavating is only part of the ongoing work in Egypt. Conservation is at least as important. Pollution and other negative environmental conditions threaten Egypt's existing monuments and artifacts. As excavations reveal new finds, they too are subject to extensive damage. All of us now need to be concerned about the future of the past.
I sometimes close tombs. This is the only way to preserve them. Like I close the tomb of Seti. It's a unique tomb that cannot be repeated. And I would like to close the tomb of Tutankhamun. But this will come through the site management program that we are doing not only for the Valley of the Kings, but almost for every site in Egypt.
The pyramids and the Sphinx and the treasures of Tutankhamun provide a glimpse into Egypt's past. Its legacy, however, is so much more. Egypt's great architects gave the world building techniques and elements we still use today. Their scientific knowledge produced medical papyri and the first scene of medical implements. They created the world's first zodiac, and their artists produced some of the most beautiful and accomplished statuary of all times. Over the years, the sands of Egypt have revealed many of these treasures, and today we have a rare opportunity to see a large group of them, along with more than 50 artifacts from Tut's tomb. Since 1922 and through the 70s, Tut mania has gripped the world, and now once again, Tutankhamun returns to the United States in all his glory. Tutankhamun, the Golden King and the Great Pharaohs, is a new exhibition from Arts and Exhibitions International, in cooperation with Egypt's Supreme Council and National Geographic.
Well, this is a great opportunity for Atlanta. People were very disappointed when the first Tut show in the 1970s bypassed Atlanta. We've waited a long time for this show to come to Atlanta, and it was well worth the wait because this show is much larger than the original Tut show.
This exhibit includes spectacular artifacts from Tutankhamun, but even more, it details not only the discovery, reign, and burial of the best-known Egyptian pharaoh, it presents a comprehensive analysis of ancient Egyptian pharaohs over a span of more than 2,000 years. Amenemhat III reigned during the Middle Kingdom from around 1818 BC to 1772 BC, during a time of prosperity and peace. His body is youthful, but his features show a more mature ruler. These mythical creatures, with the head of a king and the body of a lion, embody the authority of the pharaoh with the power and virility of a lion. Sphinxes often guard an entryway or define a boundary. The most famous is the Great Sphinx of Khafre at Giza, a momentous structure carved out of a single piece of stone, standing over 65 feet tall. It guards the front of Khafre's pyramid complex. Senenmut, a famous architect, was thought to be Hatshepsut's lover. He was also tutor to her daughter, Princess Neferuri. Here we see him affectionately embracing the young child. Pets, mostly cats and dogs, often appeared on monuments. This limestone sarcophagus was carved for the pet cat of Akhenaten's older brother, Prince Thutmose. Thutmose was first in line for the throne, but died before he could become king. Itishedu was an overseer of tomb builders during the times of Khafre and his father Khufu. These statues are unique because they show a low-ranking official at different stages of his life. Here we see a proud older man, comfortable with his social status. This simple bed, made of white painted wood, was found in the antechamber of Tutankhamun's tomb. The mattress is made of woven reeds, and the bed's legs are in the form of lion's feet. Egyptians most likely lay with their heads toward what we would consider the foot, and their feet toward the headboard.
I hope that people will take away from this exhibit an appreciation for the great beauty of Egyptian art, the long-lastingness of their civilization, their great humanity. In many ways, they're the ancestors of our own civilization. And also, I hope that they'll support the Carlos Museum so that we can have Egyptian art in Atlanta all the time.
Visitors will come face to face with some of the greatest names in Egypt's history. Khafre, the builder of the second pyramid at Giza. Hatshepsut, the first woman who ruled as a king. Akhenaten, the ruler who introduced the concept of a single god. And Ramses, whose name and exploits appear prominently in the Bible. A gallery of traditional gods will provide an overview of the hundreds of gods that comprise the traditional religion. And a spectacular gallery will house the gold of the pharaohs, exquisite creations of gold, silver, semi-precious stones, and glass. And the solid gold death mask of Susenes I of the 21st dynasty.
Well, this exhibition is a wonderful introduction to ancient Egypt because it spans the gamut of Egyptian civilization from its earliest heights in the Old Kingdom all the way to the late period, and shows the great high points of Egyptian history. So it puts Tutankhamun in context. So it's a very rich exhibition, so I think it will really benefit anyone who sees it and really give them a good introduction to Egyptian civilization, as well as the story of archaeology, because we have represented some of the greatest finds in Egyptian archaeology, from the first pioneers, Mariette and Maspero, to Zahi Hawass, who's done so much for Egyptian archaeology. So it's really a wonderful celebration of the material of ancient Egypt.
No other civilization lasted so long, nor produced such a wealth of information about its culture. But the search continues. All of the questions have not been answered. Egypt's legacy to the modern world is an ongoing process.